Previously on COWSINO. LALATE, it's JovitaLate, and I'm very disturbed that there's no holiday decor here. I mean, it's the holidays. Can we at least invest in a scarf tree? And tonight on COWSINO. LALATE, this is JovitaLate. I'm so glad you re-invited me back to this low-budget production. I mean, it's nice that you have some blinking lights, flashing lights. They change interaction. They change, very differently all the time. Sort of like Joe Manchin's opinions. But, I was so disturbed by Joe Manchin's interview with Fox News last Sunday because you know why? I was looking so much forward to that Votorama. The Votorama that has so many reincarnations, the Crayola-rama, the Dalai Lama. It's just, I was just waiting for that Votorama. I don't know whoever came up with that name of the Votorama. It sounds like someone in Congress really likes the B-52s too much. The first time I heard the term Votorama, I never thought it was really a real thing. I thought it was really sort of, Mitch trying to bring out his bell-bottom jeans and Nancy saying, Mitch, you can't wear those here. But then when I heard that the Votorama was a real thing, like the Senate parliamentarian, which is very confusing. It's a Senate, but it's also the Parliament. The Parliament, but the Senate. Are we in England or in the United States? Why is it called the Senate parliamentarian? Why is it not called the Senate senatarian? Over there in England, do they have the Parliament senatarian to help them? In England, do they have the Senate? Do they have the Parliament senatarian? Because we here have the Senate parliamentarian. Very, very confusing. I don't know who came up with this stuff. Was it Pramila? She just says very confusing. Did you hear what Pramila said yesterday? She said, Joe Manchin doesn't keep his promise. Add your name to the list as well too, Tiny. But it's good to see the recon has died because there was not enough money in there for scarves. I was always waiting for that Votorama or the Crayola-rama, the Dalai Lama, to put in the scarf amendment. Reoccurring scarves, 1,000 scarves a month for just me. I'm JovitaLate. I like scarves. I like lots of scarves. This is scarf weather, but it's always scarf weather. At SBA. As the former head of SBA, JovitaLate, I just understand that scarves belong where scarves are due. And that is in my closet. Lots of them. But it's very nice to be back on the set that now has a few more ornaments and some flashing lights. Who do you think you are, Kanye? Flashing lights, and what are they doing? Oh, they're on a surfboard. Very, very confusing. Very, very confusing. A person wears a scarf, flashing lights, balls, and just sort of, nothing ever makes sense with you, LA. Let alone having a cow that's a talking lobbyist. Very, very confusing. But I appreciate you inviting me back. I don't know if I'll be back in the new year. Are we unionizing? And with that, it's great to have back the cow lobbyist himself, SirLoin. Haven't seen him before the holidays. Now in the holidays, we have the Joe Manchin development details. I can't imagine what SirLoin's going to say about Joe Manchin. Let's check in. Let's invite SirLoin back into the set. The cow lobbyist. How are you doing, SirLoin? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, good to see you, LA. How are you? Good to see me back. I'm back and ready to drop a Mitch ball. No, that's the hearsay. Oh, okay. So what do you think about all this that's been going on with Joe Manchin? Really dramatic. Very dramatic, Ellie. What do you think is up with Joe Manchin? Do you have any insight? Because you know all these people. You always mingle with all the lobbyists in D.C. What do you think is up with Joe Manchin? I know exactly what's up with Joe Manchin. What is it? Joe Manchin, he's trying to get Andy Cohen's attention to do a spinoff called Real Housewives of West Virginia. Real Housewives of West Virginia. What would that look like? Just lots of dramatics. I mean, it's already looking like dramatics. What would be his tagline? His tagline. Well, he would want to be holding the center coal. They wouldn't have diamonds or apples or pears. No, they would be holding coal. A big stock of coal. He would want to be holding the center coal. And what would his tagline be? His tagline would be, in West Virginia, I burn the coal, but in D.C., I burn Joe Biden's chances of a second term. Say that again. In West Virginia, I burn the coal, but in D.C., I burn Joe Manchin's chances. You butchered it, didn't you? I did butcher it. Let's try that again. I'm not good at this. Yeah, you are good at this. You're on TV all the time. Okay, let me try this here. Let me focus. Let me get in character. You can't do reality TV, can you? No, I can't. Is this my call? Yes, this is your call. Okay. In West Virginia, I burn the coal, but in D.C., I burn Joe Biden's chances of a second term. That was good. You did that good. I think I did. So what would the show be about? It's just basically what's going on right now. It's very dramatic. And do you notice everything feels like a reality TV show? It does. I mean, first of all, Joe Manchin's always teasing the next episode. He is always teasing the next episode. I'll tell you later. He always says, I'll tell you later. I'll get back to you later this week with the latest details. You'll have to stay tuned to find out what happens next. He's always teasing the next episode. He's like Cliffhanger Mansion. He's Cliffhanger Mansion. He really is. So I just think he thinks it's a reality TV show, or he's trying to make it a reality TV show. And what else do you think sort of mirrors that this would be right for Real Housewives of West Virginia? There's always people throwing people under the bus in the show. Not you and JovitaLate. No, not just me and JovitaLate. Joe Manchin always thinks people are throwing him under the bus. He picked up the phone and called Pramila Jayapal. Pramila Jayapal, you're my closest confidant. I'm like Teddy calling up Kyle Richards. Kyle, I need your help. They're gonna axe me from the show. They're gonna kick me off the show. Sorry. What do you mean, Pramila? And then what does Pramila do? She runs to press, just like Danielle Staub did with Teresa. It just feels like they're just throwing everyone under the bus on this show. It does. Pramila got that phone call from Joe Manchin, no joke, and he thought she was a confidant. He thought she was an outsider, and he confided in with her. She did not tell us the good part of the interview. She just told us the bad part of the interview. And she basically, called him every name in the book and said, you're a deep liar and I can't trust you. And then she said, I told him to his face he's a liar, and I'm telling you to the press he's a liar. But she didn't tell you anything good about the interview. Yes, it's perfect for what they do on Real Housewives. They throw people under the bus. And guess what? They have meetings just like they have those dinner dates on Thursday night. Yeah, they do. My name is Chuck Schumer, and I want to invite you to a Zoom chat this Tuesday night. Can you attend? No, I'm not. I can't attend, SirLoin. I'm having my facial hair waxed to attend a Sir party. No, you're not Vanderpump, are you? I don't know. Who do you think I am? I am Chuck Schumer. I want to invite you to a dinner date Zoom chat for Democratic senators Tuesday night. Is Joe Manchin invited? I don't know if Joe Manchin is invited. I sent out the invite. I don't know if he's showing up. Ever since I talked about his Playboy spread in the limo on the way to the Malibu party. You did not say that, SirLoin. They're going to axe me from all. They'll just throw me off the internet forever. Hello, my name is. Wait, you're going to reincarnate? Yeah, I'm going to audition. My name is SirLoin. Okay, no, let's try it again. I butchered that. Good evening. My name is Chuck Schumer, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and I want to invite you to a dinner date from hell. It's Thursday night. It's actually a Zoom chat with fellow Democratic leaders. We're going to talk about Joe Manchin. Oh, this is Joe Manchin. How are you? I want to invite you to my party, and I haven't seen you since we talked about your Playboy spread on the way to my dinner date in Thursday's party in Malibu. I want to know if you're attending. You have two legs. You're going to walk with them out. Should I bring my e-cigarette and light it during the party? Yeah. Oh, it's burnt coal. Burnt coal. So yeah, I am Chuck Schumer. I'm inviting you to my dinner date to we talk about Joe Manchin and his problems. And I haven't seen him since that Playboy spread. And we talked about in the limo to the Malibu party. So I don't know if you're going to attend. I just don't know if you're going to attend. But let's see if he does. And do you think that would work? You're asking me if invites from Chuck Schumer work. I don't know. You would know better, SirLoin. So what do you think about the situation? Other than it's a big reality TV, I think it's a big reality TV show, and I think it's going to get bigger. Really? Yeah. I just think the dramatics. He's blaming staff. He's blaming staff. I mean, Joe Manchin is blaming the White House staff. Wow, we haven't seen this since the. This is what you do on Real Housewives. You blame someone who doesn't have a a testimonial so that they cannot talk about the situation. You're exactly right. So what are we doing? We are blaming it on the staff. This is like you're blaming Kim D about the fashion party because Kim D will never get a testimonial, or Kim Z, or whichever Kim G or Kim F or Kim E. None of them will ever get a testimonial on Real Housewives of New Jersey, so they won't know what you're talking about, and then you blame it on them, and then you just run for it. Yeah, it's sort of passive aggressive. Oh, totally passive aggressive. And Joe mentioned he's the victim. He's the victim. It's Taylor Armstrong as the victim all again. Camille, why'd you do this to me? You're always the victim. You're always the victim as you're in Joe Manchin in the Real Housewives of West Virginia. You just throw a coal and run for it. SirLoin, you're right. You're right. He's the victim, LA. Don't you see this? Joe Manchin is the victim in Real Housewives of West Virginia. You just blame the staff. You blame the caterers of the White House. The food was cold. The food was cold. Cold? No, cold. The food was too salty. I'm in West Virginia. We don't eat salty food in West Virginia. And then there's Bette Midler with a tweet. Everyone's coming after me. Bette Midler's coming after me. Everyone's coming after me. I'm the victim. SirLoin, you're right. I just think it works. I think it works. And I think you just keep on going with it. How many episodes to Real Housewives of West Virginia first season? I think until the midterm election. So we have 40 weeks next year. SirLoin, you think we're going to be doing four stimulus recon to November 2021, 2022? I think the fourth stimulus recon will be done by October of 2022. SirLoin, don't say that. The viewers are going to just, eat their fingernails off if you say that. You can't do this on this channel. You have to give promise and hope. Well, it's LA. I think it's Joe Manchin, and he likes his reality TV. He wants to get 20 episodes so he can get all the residuals from all 20 episodes. That's awful, SirLoin. But I really do think the recon will get done in the month of January. And then what? And then Joe Manchin will go after the fifth stimulus recon. Joe Manchin has another target after that. He'll go after the fifth stimulus recon. Of course, of course, why not? Well, I appreciate your stepping by this holiday season, SirLoin. I hope you and the family and the wife and the whoever you're dating or whatever I never can keep track of all the SirLoin and SirLoinesses and SirLoinese in that house. But Albert, are you going to attend the Mitch Ball drop? Are you going to do Mitch Ball? I don't know. I may do Mitch Ball. Will you drop by? No, you're not going to drop me on New Year's Eve. No, I'm not going to drop you, SirLoin, because I'm very fragile. You can't drop me. I'm a cow. You can tip me, but you can't drop me. This is Blane666 at Leader McConnell's Divine Despot office. How can I help you? Hello, Senator Manchin. How are you? I'm beautiful. I'm getting ready with the Mitch Ball. I'm getting ready for the New Year's Eve with the Mitch Ball. We always drop Mitch. Well, not Mitch, but the Mitch Ball on New Year's Eve. And, because of social distancing, because of the variant, because we really just don't like Joe Biden, we are all staying indoors and watching the Mitch Ball drop this New Year's Eve. And so if you want to attend, you are going to attend. I appreciate that. You can attend, especially if the Democrats drop you from their party. So, when you are, oh, you're gonna come? Oh, really? You want a private backdoor entrance? Oh, okay. Who are you hiding from? Oh, from Jollibee. And Democrats. Oh, and from Nancy and Chuck. Oh, you're hiding from everyone. Well, I will arrange a private backdoor entrance to the Mitch Ball Fest 2021 for you this year. Absolutely. What else? Oh, you want to come dressed as a lobster in case there's picketers. That's just, I'll see if Mitch has an extra lobster costume in his office. I think he does. I mean, he's always dressing it in the lobster, especially when he has a win against Chuck. He gets dressed in the lobster and he just dances around. You know that Kentucky dance they do. So yeah, I appreciate your desire to attend Mitch Ball. You do not know what the festivities are for Mitch Ball? Oh, it's wonderful. They're first going to do the lambada. They're still going to do first to do the lambada, the forbidden dance. And what is the forbidden dance? It is a reincarnation of a recon with too much money in it. Okay. Then they're going to do that very, very popular game called Pictionary. But we're going to do Pictionary Center Parliamentarian version. It's like the $24 million pyramid, but it's Center Parliamentarian version. Things that don't make sense, things that shouldn't belong in there, things that don't belong, things that need to go away. Joe Manchin for $2,100? No. Sorry. I know I was joking about you. No. It's New Year's Eve. The legislators are not doing much, sort of like all year long. And and Mitch Ball, what do we do in Mitch Ball? Will we drop this ball that's hanging from my ear? That's how I keep track of it. Otherwise, we're going to lose it. We're going to lose track of it, sort of like how we've lost track of the last 6 months. Whatever happened to September? Mitch Joe Manchin. Whatever happened to September? In case we lose track of it. So it is hanging from my ear in case we lose track of it. And on New Year's Eve at the stroke of 12 midnight, we drop the Mitch Ball. And we hope for another year for no more recons from Democrats. But yeah, we will have a lot of drinks there and a piece of paper with a pen. So if we have the opportunity to get you very drunk, we can sign you over to the Republican Party. No, I'm not trying to do that. That is not my ulterior motive to that night. Of course it is. What is your favorite drink, by the way, Joe Mitch? What is your favorite drink? I'll make sure they keep on bringing lots of them to your table. Do you like lobsters? Oh, you do like lobsters? Oh, you are perfect for the Republican Party. And I just think you're going to be really happy. I saw you on Fox News last Sunday. You have already sort of come by. All you have to do is sort of change your hairstyle to be very Mitch McConnell hairstyle, and we're all good. You're sort of rocking that Nancy Pelosi hairstyle lately. I'm sorry if that offends you, but you really are. So when you look the part, you dress the part, then you'll really fit in place. But I will arrange for you to be front row, dead center for when Mitch Ball falls, and it'll fall quicker than a Joe Manchin interview on Fox News about a week ago. Happy Halloween. No, happy, Merry, whatever you celebrate in West Virginia. What do you celebrate? Happy coal burning day.